Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone. Warmly welcome to all of you with another important video. Most of the cases, a lot of queries are coming, just share some of the insights about labor laws, especially the rights of expatriates. Either you're coming from any country like from Pakistan, Nepal, India, or Bangladesh, or, more than 50 plus nationalities are working here. So in that context, I thought today to share some of the important expatriate rights, and I hope you will like it and you will try to understand also. First of all, bear in mind in Saudi Arabia, if you are working with any company, there must be a contract, right? And that contract must be updated on Kiva. Kiva is, you can say, is kind of a middleman tool, you know, the between you and your employer, Saudi government in shape of Kiva under Ministry of Labor. They are like helping you both parties to make sure nobody is running or violating any sort of agreed terms and conditions. So, first of all, as an expatriate, this is your right that all the recruitment expenses must be paid by the employer. I repeat again, as an recruitment, as an employee, all recruitment expenses must be paid by your employer. Uh, Ikama cost, everything again need to be paid by your employer. That is your right. During the probationary period, this probationary period, normally it should be for 3 months or extendable up to 6 months, but shouldn't exceed more than 6 months, because that is also your right. And you have a right to get this contract either in Arabic or English. If you get in Arabic, you can get it translated into English, right? But make sure that is also your right to get it. Early termination of the contract, yes, you have right under Article Saudi Labor Law of 77 that you have right to terminate the contract. Like if you believe that uh, it's hard for you to work for that relevant company because of so many reasons. Might be they're not paying on time, might be the harassment is there, or they're not like you're not happy there, you're not satisfied. So in that context, under Article 77, you have a right to terminate the contract, but through Kiva again, Now, yes, overtime 1.5 times. That is also your right to get overtime, 150% in other words. Annual leaves and vacations, again, that is an important right. Everybody can enjoy it. That, and air ticket and notice period, of course, accordingly you need to inform. But bear in mind, once if you sign the contract for 2 years, and it is agreed that after 2 years you will get an air ticket, then the employer have to pay that air ticket also. And if you are terminating the contract, there are some again conditions mentioned in your QR contract. Yes, notice period, normally it is recommended as per uh, labor ministry, minimum 60 days. Proactively, you need to inform your employer. But if you are going on final exit and you want to go early, then minimum 90 days notice period you truly have to give to your employer. Then he must not have any issue to issue you the final exit. If you are resigning without finishing a contract, okay, if you're resigning without finishing a contract, even no need to inform your employer because these cases have been explained clearly, resignation without notice period. It could be like, but yes, again, the labor ministry would be the platform to ensure justice. And guys, as an expatriate in Saudi Arabia, end of service benefits again is your right. But bear in mind, on Kiva, there is one page where you can calculate your end of service also. And The fee for changing the job, like if you have, like this is first of all your right to change the job, like to grow your career, find another opportunity. If your client, if your current sponsor is under red or might be not paying salary or not issuing the or renewing the ICAMA, then there are certain conditions that you have a chance to move to the next employer. But anyway, the fee for changing jobs, again, this is your right. The employer have to pay. Then death or disability at the work site, God forbid, under GOSI, General Organization of Social Insurance of Saudi Arabia, that if any employee, God forbid, have partial or full disability, then in that context, especially at the work site, so make sure you get compensation for the work injury under Saudi labor law from GOSI. Okay. Then relocation of employee. If you truly want to by the employer, like if employer cannot transfer an employee or relocate him to another location with the written permission of the employee, that's also your right. So that means employer, if he hired you for a particular area like in Kubar Damam, so without your permission, without agreeing with you, he can't send you to any other location like Riyadh or Jeddah or some other. But yes, if it is written in the contract that he can deploy you anywhere within Saudi Arabia, then you have to follow and the contractual terms you have signed. Assigning, like sometime employer they want you to do some additional work, and might be they'll be assigning some additional work. So in that context, Article 38, under Saudi labor law, yes, an employer cannot assign any additional work to employee, until it is agreed. And yes, in case of emergency, if he is have no other choice to assign a task to you, then it shouldn't go above than 30 days within 1 year. Okay. So yes, you have a right to get emergency leave. Like if you have any emergency girlfriend for some days, then you can leave Saudi Arabia. And yes, this is also, this is the changing Saudi Arabia, to be very honest, because they are gradually they are terminating this sponsorship system, like kafala system or kafala system, in other words. Yes, an employer is allowed to deduct salary for worker under certain conditions, you know, because if you violate some of the terms, of course, the employer have a right to deduct, again, as per the agreed contract. And this is your right to get employment certificate, like under Article 64 of Saudi labor law. Once your employment agreement is finished, the employer surely have to issue a certificate, like free of charge to the employee. And it shouldn't include anything which can harm the reputation of the employee. So make sure you get, under Article 64, the employment certificate, or we call it experience letter also from your employer. So bear in mind, that is also your right. And other than this, what I really want to highlight a few of the questions, if I can share, like some questions. Yes, so working hours, normally like 8 working hours, 48 hours per week. And Friday will be the off day. And this should also be mentioned within your contract. And the contract must be uploaded on Kiva. Now, let me just share what is that Kiva, or, and maybe their website link I can share in the description also. But let me just open that Kiva just to show you. Just to show you how that Kiva site looks like. Even if you write in Google, like just mention Kiva, so you will directly go to that Kiva website. But anyway, let me just share. So guys, what you have to do is, uh, so as I mentioned, you just need to type QIWA Kiva. Okay. So even Kiva calculator, if you click, as I told you, end of service reward, you can calculate here. Might be I can give one example. Like imagine your contract is fixed term contract, or I hope this screen is visible to you. Imagine your salary is 5,000 rand and your contract was started maybe just 1 minute, maybe June 1st and finishing at June 30th. I'm just like, and then see how it's calculated. So guys, that is the amount, like 2,708.33 Saudi Riyal. So that is your right as end of service, you know. So this is, it helps actually to calculate your end of service. So this is the Kiva website, and there are many more, you know, like tools and calculators. We have maybe we can check tools and calculators. What other tools are there? Certificates validation, end of service reward, link occupation to Natakit program. So I believe, guys, that is more than enough for the day today. So maybe I will come up with some new terms related to ICAMA violations, or what are the violations as an expected you have to avoid in Saudi Arabia. That would be our next video, inshallah. So far, thank you very much. Until then, take care. Bye. And second day of Eid Mubarak to those who are celebrating today, the second day, and Eid Mubarak to those who are celebrating the third Eid day today. Thank you. Take care.